In this video, I want to raise some awareness of a very dangerous trend that's now occurring in regards to, the First Amendment to the United States Constitution and understanding of what that is. The thing I want to call out is that the result of much of what's been happening in the news lately with the late night talk show hosts, with news anchors and so on and so forth, it's not just that these people are being effectively silenced or hampered, but it's the fact of what's happening on the individual level is that people are now self-censoring. So it no longer has to be an outside authority. It's now people are now afraid to speak up. People are now afraid to come forward and speak their piece. And I do want to remind people that freedom itself is not free. It requires diligence. It requires people to stand up and defend what it is they believe in. I believe in the First Amendment. I believe in the freedom of speech. I believe that freedom comes with a certain amount of responsibility. If you say something, you're responsible for what you said. Which is why there was such a delay between this video and the last time I posted anything, is because I wanted to think very carefully about what it is I say and what it is I deliver. I also wanted to make sure that people understand I'm not going to self-censor. I'm going to say what I believe because my freedom is not free. My freedom is earned with every tax dollar I send out the door, every time I stand up on these videos and hopefully bring some entertainment or maybe some clarity or a sympathetic voice that I am defending that freedom. Because it is very important that we do not self-censor for fear of, whatever outcome. It is important that we think before we speak, but it is very important that we do not say, I can't say this important thing here because I'm afraid the government's going to come shut me down or somebody is going to try to advocate for me to lose my job. This should not be acceptable to any American, regardless of where you are on the political spectrum, regardless of your ideology. People should not be afraid to speak responsibly in a public forum. I ask that everybody remembers your freedom is not free, that you do have a responsibility to defend it, both in how you think and how you act. And most importantly, the most powerful point of speech free speech that you have, the one that makes the most impact, is not your TikTok videos, your YouTube shorts, your what have you. It's your voice at the ballot box. That is your cost. That is your price. So please make sure you're registered to vote. Make sure you know who you're voting for at every level. Get involved at the municipal level and go all the way up to the federal. But be involved. That is the price of your freedom. Responsibility and accountability. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.